Nusrat Human Rights Friendly Club, in collaboration with Amnesty International, has organized a training session on child protection against sexual violence, sexual harassment, and legal measures available in the Gambia. The training brought together students to raise awareness and provide first-hand information on recognizing, preventing, and responding to sexual violence and harassment against children, particularly in schools. Speaking at the event, the Gambia Senior Secondary School Principal, Mrs. Aissatou Bojang Kuyate, who also doubles as the Human Rights Club Coordinator, emphasized the importance of protecting children from all forms of sexual abuse. She reminded participants that under the law, any person below the age of 18 cannot legally give consent to sexual activities, regardless of whether they appear to agree.
My name is Aissatou Bojang Kuyate. You can call me Madam Kuyate. I am from Gambia Senior Secondary School. Now, there are certain cases that we witness about sexual violence, sexual harassment. You will see the perpetrator will say that, this one, she agreed, she was my girlfriend. But when whilst the girl was a minor or the boy was a minor, so that means that a child has no consent. Who is a child? Anybody that is under the age of 18. Even if that person agrees to that, intercourse, the person do not have consent. So the adult should, use his or her maturity. Why do I say his or her maturity? Because now, sexual violence can be done, with both sexes, isn't it? A girl can harass a girl. Do you know that? Huh? A boy can harass a boy.
Project presenter Madam Ajajambe highlights the devastating impact of sexual abuse on children's education and well-being. She noted that many survivors experience decline in academic performance, anxiety, and emotional withdrawal, making it difficult for them to thrive in schools. Madam Jame also called on the public to end the culture of victim blaming and instead create a supportive environment where survivors are treated with compassion and dignity.
My name is Aja Jaume, right? I've already mentioned that.
So this can lead to people being isolated, because most of the time we have a culture of silence in the Gambia. Yeah, yes. And people do not want to talk about it. Or we have this culture of blaming the victim. Right? So most of the time we are blaming the victim. Instead of the one basically causing the harm, we're blaming the victim. They're like, what did you do? Mostly that's what we start with. When we come into contact with, people who have suffered from, sexual harassment and violence, right? So mostly it's about you, the victim. What have you done that contributed to it? Sometimes people will say, even not only here in Gambia, but people will say, what have you put on? Maybe that's the case. What were you wearing?
President of the Nusrat Human Rights Friendly Club, Suleiman Jallo, said his passion for humanitarian work began during his lower basic school years. He recalled being inspired by his teacher, who was a member of UNICEF, and frequently spoke about the importance of being a positive influence by encouraging others, serving humanity, and always being there for those in need.
I am Suleiman Jallo, the president of Human Rights Club. Well, what really motivates me, it was since my junior school, since I was a very small boy in lower grades, I was a class prefect there. And then our teacher, he was working with UNICEF, and he always say, he always quote a word by saying spice. He always say, Suleiman, you should be on spice. And I actually asked him, what is a spice? He said that spice. He said the literal meaning is means you speak up for people, and you protect people, and you involve people, no matter which race they belong to, or no matter what it is, even if they are disabled. You should involve people, and you should be someone who encourages people. And he said, you will encounter many difficulties, but as far as you are in for humanity, you will still prosper. And that was things that really motivated me to become a member, and I see the potential with me, so I say, let me apply for this particular position, and finally, alhamdulillah, I got it.
The training forms part of ongoing efforts to strengthening child protection, awareness, and empower young people with the knowledge to help prevent and respond to sexual violence in their communities. Reporting for SS Media TV, I am Awafati.